What's up, guys? It's your girl Kia, back for another video. And listen, I had a video talking about Erica Mena, short that I recorded about Erica Mena's whole situation, and I stand by everything that I said then more than ever. Erica Mena is racist and has no remorse about what she said to Spice. And I've said it in other videos. What Spice said to her was mean as all hell, and it was meant to cut her super deep. It was meant to cause her pain, all of that. But that does not mean that Erica Mena is allowed to retort with racist comments. What she said was racist. And when they show the archived clip, hold on one second, guys. I'm not even gonna stop this video. I'm just gonna hop out the car because my trunk is open because my stroller didn't allow it to close. 1 second. Okay, and we're back. Put my seatbelt back on. Safety first. Okay, I don't know where I was, so I'll just start at a new point. So they recently posted, VH1, excuse me, I keep saying VH1, MTV posted in kind of archived clip of footage of Erica going to Bambi's divorce party, wherein this is the moment that everybody was kind of waiting for to see who amongst the friend group is actually going to confront Erica Mena to her face. And it was Yandy. And I know a lot of people are like, ooh, why is Yandy so involved? Yandy don't know this and da-da-da-da. Yandy's new to Atlanta. But here's the thing. Yandy is probably one of the most educated women who's on Love and Hip Hop. She's a Howard University graduate. She's very educated, businesswoman, very well-spoken. And the way she came at Erica Mena was not even like a huge attacking, just you're so awful. It was more like, listen, you made a racial slur to Spice. I heard what you said, and I am offended. The first thing out of Erica's mouth was a laugh. She laughed. That's the first time I was like, oh, so you don't think this is serious at all. She laughed in Yandy's face like, are you serious? You really are offended by that? Her next line was, you're offended because you chose to be offended. She chose to be offended by you using a racial slur to another black woman. And as a black woman, I've heard other people get called racial slurs and N-word, and I'm offended. It's secondhand, like, gut-wrenching when you see someone get treated like that. So I can see why Yandy said that. And the fact that Erica doesn't get that, you chose to be offended. No, sweetie, you did something wrong that was racist. You said something that was offensive. So it's not choosing to be offended. It is just being offended. And I thought in that moment that Erica would have some kind of, listen, I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have said it. What I said was wrong, and me, I was hurt, I was angry, I was lashing out, and I know I crossed the line. I think if she would have said that, not only would VH1 have kept it in, VH1, the other network she worked for, All Black, would still have hired her and kept her as an employee. But because she made it seem like it wasn't that big of a deal, it was an issue. She then goes on to form her mouth to say, you know, after 400 years, and I think it was like after 400 years of slavery, we're still having to, you know, either deal with this or talk about this, and she was still laughing. She still didn't understand the gravity of what she said, what she was saying. In all respects to Yandy, because Yandy could have gotten really defensive then, been really mean, and called her every name but a child of God. But instead, what Yandy did was continue to try to get her to understand, to have the respectful conversation that Erica herself said she wanted to have at that round table. This is why she wasn't invited to the round table, by the way, this conversation with Yandy. This conversation with Yandy was almost like a pregame to see how she was going to react. And she reacted so poorly, VH1's like, why would we invite you to a round table with a bunch of other black people and a professor and have you just be like, well, you guys are just choosing to be offended? The last thing that Erica said that, again, crossed the line and shows that she has no comprehension of race, of ethnicity, of history, of colorism, any of that, because she looked at the group of black people and black women and said, I'm just as black as you all. And listen, just because you have sex with black men, just because you have biracial children, does not make you black by penis injection. That's not how this works, Erica Mena. You are a Dominican and Puerto Rican girl who who presents biracial. Because there are some women like Amara La Negra, like my uncle, who presents as black but is Hispanic. My uncle has been in this country for God knows how long and still does not speak English and is fine with it. He does not care, and no one cares. And then there's other Latino women who present as white, who if you did not hear them open their mouths, you would have no idea these women were Hispanic. I have a good friend of mine, one of my mom friends, her name is Yahaira, and Yahaira is Spanish, but she looks like a 100% white girl. Brown hair, blue eyes, just kind of going with the wind white girl. I didn't even know Yahaira. I thought Yahaira was one of those women who actually couldn't speak Spanish. Like she was Hispanic but couldn't speak it. Until I went to her house one day and her grandmother didn't speak Spanish and she went into a full fluent Spanish whole thing with her grandmother. And her husband's the same way. He presents as white, but he's 100% Hispanic, Puerto Rican and Cuban, I think. So for Erica Mena to say, I'm just as black as you guys, you're not. And all these little comments show that she is just lost when it comes to race. She is lost when it comes to education, to history, to everything. I'm sorry, like this has put the nail in the coffin for a lot of people, especially me. I think Erica Mena is just an ignorant, racist girl who thinks that she is above it all, especially of black women, specifically dark-skinned black women. I really, really do. And it's really sad that she had a career that was going in the right direction. She decided just to ruin it, just dumpster fire it. She could have saved it in this moment. That's my fault. You could have saved it in this moment and you chose not to. The other thing I wanted to talk about with Erica Mena is that she said that VH1 treats us like zoo animals. I have a different perspective on this. I don't think VH1 treats the cast as zoo animals the way she makes it seem. Nobody makes Erica Mena throw things, slap people. She's jumped over a table. She's thrown a table up against Spice. She has gotten into fights with multiple girls on the show. She's cussed out people. She screamed the N-word. You chose to behave like that. It wasn't that VH1 said you have to act like a zoo animal to stay on the show. You chose to act like this. And even funnier, Erica Mena, you made fun of everybody who was still on Love and Hip Hop when you were engaged to Bow Wow. Bow Wow broke off the engagement. You had nowhere else to go and you came running back to VH1, now MTV, once that fell through. But you talked all this shit about everybody who was on that show. I remember that. I remember sitting there saying, like, they're beneath me. I'm not going to give them the time of day. I've moved on to bigger and better things. I found a better life. He dumped you like radioactive waste, and now you had to come crawling back. So if they treated you like zoo animals and it was so bad, then why did you come back? You know, it's almost like that Nene Leakes thing where Nene was like, they're racist, they're this and that. But in the same breath, you're saying, you know, I would love to come back. I would love to have an opportunity to come back on the show. I would love to have an opportunity to do Girls Trip. But you just told these people they were racist. Like, it's weird with these reality TV girls. I think, you know, another side issue that I'll talk about in another video is when you're on reality TV, it's hard to find you're fitting in another place. Very few people can do it. You know, Cardi B has been able to do it. And no matter how annoying I find Bethany Frankel, she has been able to find another space business-wise, but she got bored and came back. That's her choice. But it's hard to find a space outside of that. Your footing as who you're going to be. But, you know, my time is up for the video. Drop in the comments to get the conversation started. Let me know what you think. I'm looking forward to hearing other people's thoughts about Erica Mena's racism and Erica Mena's non-apology about this entire situation. So drop in the comments and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.